might come in. Just looks like defensive wards so far from Team MRN. Otherwise, everyone else is playing as a human ward here. No one's really looking for invades, just looking to gather information.
Yeah, saving their wards for a little bit. This is good. Holding on to that gold, being a little bit stingy in the early game. But once that timer does get close to the minions spawning, we see them drop the rest of their wards, usually because they have to look out for these early ganks from Klakey. They gave him his Jarvan. So if you're going to do that, you have to ward up early because he's going to come at you very quickly. As soon as he gets double buffs, he usually likes to come and gank either that middle or that top lane.
And how do you feel about Jarvan's ability to bypass wards, jumping over walls and trying to bypass? Do they have to ward in different spots to counteract that, or the normal ward's going to be okay?
Yeah, all you have to do is wait for the cooldown to come back up, and we've seen Klakey do that time and time again. He has no problem jumping over that wall by the blue buff, getting into the bush just to bypass a ward, and then waiting the extra few seconds for the cooldown to come back up so he can knock you up. And it'll just be surprised, and you feel like you're safe that way. People overextend a little bit because they have those wards, and then all of a sudden this Jarvan's coming out of the bush right behind you.
Well, so the lanes are gonna get run into right here. So Dyrus helping the odd one, hard leashing the golem buff. While we saw Mega0 actually get help do double golems, and he's in lane already. So Mega with an early XP lead and a 2-on-2 top lane here. Chaos up against Heartbeat.
So when you do that ward very deep at the blue buff, sometimes you can get yourself into trouble. That ward got TSM into trouble versus Dignitas because Crumb saw them place this ward at the blue buff and knew that they were going to go for it, and they used that as bait. So they do have vision of the blue buff, but MRN could bait with this vision because they know it's there.
All right, well,
looks like they won't contest.
Yeah, no one's really trying for that one. Just the lizard buff being grabbed here for the odd one. Smite still up. Echo, though, really getting brawled out. Reginald is very good at actually fighting one-on-one. You can see how well he's doing, really pushing Echo away. Punishing that early game Needly weakness here. Otherwise, the lane's looking fairly equal.
I like what they did here for MRN because usually it is the red side who do the switch, sending their AD carry and support top. And so they actually countered it because Mega0 really wanted that 1v1 with Dyrus as Echo takes the Ignite. Barrier is such a great counter to Ignite. It actually can shield the entirety of that damage. But now Mega0 gets his dream. He's going 1v1 with Dyrus.
And he's starting out 14-5 in minions. He's got a big wave stacked up. He certainly built at least an experienced lead thanks to the double golems. Top lane 18-18. Mid lane, though, definitely an advantage for Reginald, though both are now without their combat summoners. So we'll see what happens in this matchup as it pans out.
So Mega0 did start with that red pot. He's going to have the advantage if it does come down to a double jungle gank and they try and pull off a counter gank. He'll have that extra burst of HP that can really take you by surprise if you forget he's got that in his inventory.
And the Javelin coming out not quite last hitting there for Echo. 19-11. We keep visiting this bottom lane, Dyrus versus Mega0. Pretty important matchup for these guys. Mega is normally one of those major carries for Team MRN. Dyrus always fills in the gaps extremely well. He tends to just fit into the team comp, with a really wide champion roster.
Klakey's been fairly quiet early. It may be because he's been caught out so many times trying to do those early ganks and actually standing on wards. He doesn't even want to chance the fact that there could be a ward there. He farms the jungle until he can save up for a pink ward of his own and make sure that he can get a gank off without being seen. Unfortunately, that deep blue ward does see him going up to top.
Wow, so of course nothing else is really going to happen here. The pings are out completely. Vision ward coming from Atomic again, getting rid of some of that vision. They might still know Klakey D is here.
They definitely tipped their hand there by pink wardings and clearing that bush. Not only did they see him come up through the blue, but Odd One's had plenty of time to get into position for this counter.
Uh-oh, Heartbeat and Atomic End still moving forward, which means they can get this gank started. It's going to be a loop around the back. They now see Sinjao. The ping is off. They're going to run away. Can Special find a stun? Odd One is there as well. The EQ is going to be able to land. Who are they going to go for here? It's going to be onto Atomic, and he pulverizes into the air. They're going to try to back out from this one. A lot of punishment. Oh, the knockup as well. He's forced to flash away, actually. Not quite sure if that was required.
It was a good choice by TSM, though, because there's no way they're going to get Heartbeat's flash. He's got a jump in his pocket. And so the only thing that they could hope for after that would be burning that summoner spell, and they do get it out of Atomic.
All right, well, a really good play right there. And actually, we see that Dyrus has equalized the score against Mega0, pushed him all the way back, forced him to burn all of his potions as well. Only the elixir left up for Mega. And Dyrus, again, you're just seeing him shove in the Flame Spitter, really dropping his health bar lower and lower. Mega he's not sustaining enough.
Yeah, very impressed with Darius' Rumble play. Mega Zero wanted this matchup, and it looks like Darius could start swinging it in his favor. As they hit level 6, it does get dangerous for Mega because there's so much AoE from Rumble. He can kill you through a Shroud.
Yeah.
Even though he can't see you, he can Flame Spitter. He can also ult you. You'll still take a whole bunch of damage over time.
Well, there's a level 6 picked up on both sides. We'll see if Darius goes for something crazy. 30 to 37 in minions. Darius building a lead for himself in this one-on-one.
Shin's out top again.
All right, he's looking for it. It's been revealed by that word. Heartbeat's going to jump, but the knockup's going to be available here. Nice pulverize, going to keep him maybe alive. Beautiful play by Atomic N keeps him. However, Clicky D's looking at the bottom lane, but he's just jumped over a ward.
Even though it is Alistar and he can pummel you as soon as you charge him, I did expect them to go for the Alistar because they had already burned his flash. And they actually don't get anything out of that gank except a little harass.
Oh, but Echo, speaking of harass, taking a bit of punishment, pops barrier. That's already back up for himself and blocks most of the damage from Reginald. However, despite no mana, he is very afraid of that Xerath. And once again, special in that brush, ready to zone out Atomic N and Heartbeat. Who thought it was going to be a stun?
Yeah. So Reggie's sort of winning this lane on two fronts. Not only is he out CSing and shoving Echo to his turret so that he has map advantage and he can roam if he really wanted to, but he went with a gold per 10 item, that Cage's lucky pick. So he's also stacking up just passive gold lead.
Well, that's going to be really fun. Of course, we talked about the Morellonomicon before. That is one of the components of Morellonomicon. We'll see if he goes for that one again. We're seeing this top lane. The 2-on-2, well, as Odd1 grabs the blue off that top lane, the 2-on-2 actually going very much into KX's favor, 58 to 44. Neither laner has backed yet, but KX just getting a gold lead. The little bit of attention they got from the Odd1 seems to be pulling their favor.
Yeah, it's really nice, but it also shows in Odd1 CS here. You can see Clayke's at 41. He's been concentrating on farming really hard because he was wary of getting counter-ganked, and it's been turning out bad for him before.
Oh, the blue buff got stolen by Odd1's Mastery. The 6 damage swing.
6 true damage there, too strong. Odd1 always does that press S, which is kind of a remnant from the past where you had to leash all these buffs. Now, they will attack whoever's closest to it. So if someone's next to it besides the jungler, then they can actually switch and the jungler can just leave.
Yeah.
If you're scared of that, then Reggie could walk all the way in. Reggie's a ranged champion, though. They want to get over the wall, and they actually lose out. Echo not making the same mistake. That spear does plenty of damage. He's going to be rewarded with a pretty good advantage for farming in that mid lane. Let's see if he can turn that around and use that to get back even win CS.
But we'll see how that pans out. Reggie has gone back to base, picked up a Doran's ring, so he's got nice and full mana
Almost
right
even.
now.
There we go. It's 63 to 66.
Definitely a close matchup here. Now, actually, the interesting thing is Clicky D is out minion farming the Odd1 by quite a significant margin, as either team has picked up kills, but you can see at the top of the map, 9 minutes in, TSM actually has a gold lead from out laning their opponents. Both Dyrus and Chaos are beating their counterparts.
Yeah, Mega Zero doing a pretty good job here, though. He still has the red elixir in his pocket, and he has got the Hex Tech now, so he's got plenty of sustain in lane. Not only does he have the passive from Akali, which now you start out with immediately, don't even have to use a different rune page. It was kind of weird where Akali before you had to have a specific rune page that no other champion would really use. I like the change.
Yeah, it helps him out. And of course, if you actually ran the same page, you had the exact same stats you did before, just shifted the values down to allow them at 0. And Mega Zero, you're actually seeing him be able to bully back a little bit. Only down 8 minions here has kept that from going any farther away. And you're now seeing Dyrus be the one who's sitting in the back, trying to sort of farm with Flame Spitter, because those commas really are doing good damage for Mega. You're seeing him shoving back up. He's got a little bit of ward coverage so that if the Odd1 shows, he'll see him come in. Just still last hitting, taking some fire damage. There we see Heartbeat and Atomic N. Also, again, farming back and forth, but they're 13 minions down. This is a good lead for KX.
Oh, Reggie and Echo just mirroring each other, placing the exact opposite wards here. You can see it's a little crisscross.
Red and blue on both sides, making sure there's nothing coming in from the side and mid lane. There's only really 2 major entrances, and they've just warded them both.
Like he's coming up. He knows that there's a ward. He has another pink.
The Vision Ward's being used completely, but we have actually Xin Zhao camping in this bottom lane. If Mega Zero goes in on Dyrus, it's going to be a counter engage, and Mega just smells it and says, you know what? No, I'm not going to go for this one. However, now getting pushed down to the turret, it's going to be Odd1 with the brush.
They did get vision of Odd1 there. You see that blue ping? So Odd1's going to be wasting his time down in that bottom turret. Mega's not going to make the mistake. Yeah, he recognizes it too. Mega was playing pretty defensively, so he just leaves that lane.
Yeah, 2 pink wards there actually in Odd1's inventory. Uses one to get to wrest vision control over that lower river. You see he actually ran up and back down, but it's now onto Xpecial. A bit of damage on both sides. Atomic N also forced away. No true engage here.
It looks like Klakey might come in for a counter after these double golems, but if he takes too long on the double golems, he won't get there in time.
There we go. They're going to jump into Mega Zero. He's trying to jump away. Beautiful ult gets him away. Dashes into a minion. He's completely juked everything out. Amazing jukes there. And of course, now it's a free ward kill. 25 gold if he wants it.
It's not quite free yet. He still has pretty low life. They aren't going to dive that turret, though, because Darius did use his ultimate and his ignite.
He didn't even burn flash. Like, I'm sorry, I'm just like fanboying. That was amazing. He juked everything.
And he still has his red elixir. He didn't even pop the red elixir. He wasn't scared at all.
He had reason to be confident fighting against Darius here. Let's see. Atomic N, ooh,
misses.
That actually could have been a dead Alistar if Make It Rain hit.
Yeah, but he does miss it just a little bit, and now they're going to shove the lane. Definitely what you want to do whenever you see the duos go back, so they at least lose a few CS to that turret.
And now we're seeing only a 400 kill or 400 kills. Jeez, 400 gold difference between these two guys. Echo holding strong, 107 to 108 in minions in that mid lane, 75-82 in the top. And, you know, you're seeing, like, Mega slightly behind Dyrus and Chaos pretty significantly above Heartbeat. Klakey slightly above his opponent.
So last week, MRN actually got their first win from a game that they didn't get first blood until 25 minutes. So having a slow game might not be too bad. We usually do like to see them start it off faster, though, because TSM's team play later is just so well coordinated that it's going to be a tough battle.
And the interesting thing for them as well is they've got this strong area of effect team there. Rumble, Xin Zhao, Misfortune, even Reginald here on Xerath. Just they can really take all of Martin's team down pretty quickly, and they've got basically 1.5 tanks here. So you know, Martin in a team fight might be in a scary situation. You're seeing them now in the top lane. They're just squaring off over and over against each other. It's really all I can kind of say is these guys are trying to match up and trying to eke out advantages, and no one's really found anything major yet.
So we have the Tristana with that Vamp Scepter only. I think that he's going to go into that same build where he gets the Cutlass and then builds Blade of the Ruined King. Echo again taking some harass here, but Reggie really, he just uses that on cooldown to get lane presence. But the Tristana probably going to finish that Blade of the Ruined King. Here comes Klakey for a sneaky gank that, I don't know, Reggie's got his flash, so this 3-on-2 top might be more interesting.
We might see, I mean, definitely Odd One waiting around far in the background. That lane will push back over. We'll see what ends up coming from that. A couple of minions left on the turret.
Odd One's going to back out. He's bored.
No, we'll see.
Oh,
yeah,
changes his mind.
He stopped that for now. The minions are up. You see how far back Atomic N and Heartbeat are playing. A little bit of pressure onto Xpecial, doing some damage. Odd One levels up. There's a stun on Atomic N. Here they're going to go in. What will be the damage? Nice ult from Atomic, keeps him from taking much. Pulverize keeps him alive as well. He is safe.
So they just get the Alistar ultimate out of there. Reggie in the middle didn't have to burn his flash, but he is getting bullied off of his turret. So they actually are getting a pretty good advantage.
But TSM 3 people strong are running down this lane. And actually, I didn't see them get pinged out by Echo or anyone, but they did know to back off in time. So
well, they have wards, so they could see it. And I guess voice chat instead of pings, maybe.
That's probably the more efficient version. Hey, dude, leave mid. Oh, okay.
There you go.
Done. I just made a call.
Nice job. Yeah. You should be the shot caller for our team. They're now actually pressuring back, and the rest of Martin are going to come protect this turret because both middle turrets are around the same right now, and the first one to go down is really going to afford a huge amount of map presence.
Oh yeah, it'll be the first major objective any team has taken. You're actually seeing the gold back to tied up, 17.7, 17.8 I should say, on both sides. Reginald got his own blue buff this time around, finally.
So much of this gold has been spent on pink wards for both teams.
Yeah,
it would be interesting to see the count there for how many pink wards have been bought.
Yeah, I wonder like if you could show gold minus consumables, like who would actually be ahead
That'd be
here.
Interesting.
Because they all started with a lot of them. Echo again taking harass here. Ooh, he jukes a couple of those shots. Reginald still poking him pretty hard. Difficulties, he's against a healer with a blue buff.
Yeah, well, he's got a blue buff too, so he's going to keep putting out his damage more, and Echo's going to keep healing more. This is kind of they're just beating each other with the feathers over here. Nobody really taking a lot of damage.
It's a pillow fight between Reginald and Echo.
There we go.
I like it. But the first turret, though, it finally looks like it's going to be going TSM's way. No, he's going to go for the headbutt, pulverize onto Chaos, but they're staying onto this one. Will they have enough damage? He burns exhaust just to keep the turret alive, and now Heartbeat has rejoined. But it's Reginald. Look at him putting the pressure down. But meanwhile, MRN has found something special for themselves. The Dragon now under pressure. They found that one. Javelin coming in on Reginald, some good damage there. The turrets have been kept alive. MRN with a 500 gold lead.
So the ward coverage for TSM is lacking, but you can't do much about that anyway because we've got Claky D. He can jump over walls, and then as soon as you get vision of the dragon, Mega Zero can dash right over too and follow that up. Very nice dragon for them. The first real advantage in this game, as Reggie does have to burn his flash for that spear.
And Mega putting in a little bit of pressure onto Dyrus, most of it shielded away. And yeah, you again saw Reginald's ult come through, put a bunch of pressure onto Echo, but he just immediately counterattacks. And the thing is, he actually went Mercury Treads on top of that. He's really trying to not die to Reginald in lane. So far, successful.
That middly, able to bully him out, and it looks like with Claky coming in, they can take this middle turret before he gets back to lane. Mega Zero taking a lot of damage bottom, though.
He's going to flash away. There's the pink ward. It's not going to be enough for him. The smoke cloud is there, but it just will not matter. He gets a little bit of punishment, but the turret goes down. I think the turret kill leveled him up, and he... Or no, that was the red elixir, and he still died.
Yeah, he tried to dash away, too, but he dashed about 3 Teemos over. Not really going to help you out this time. They finally do at least get him to pop that red elixir, though.
And that is first blood, though, of course, picked up for Team Solo Mid at the same time as first turret blood, which kind of equals themselves out, actually. First blood worth 600 gold in total if it's assisted, which it was. We're seeing 22.4 to 21.6. MRN, despite being down in kills, are in a gold lead right here, which is a pretty important thing for them. I mean, again, as underdogs, they're putting on quite a show.
Yep, and then we even out the turrets. So this is an interesting game. Both middle turrets have been taken. We haven't had as much pressure on the side turrets, and it really opens up the rest of the map. Since Xerath is a less mobile champion than Nidalee, Echo's going to be a lot more comfortable in this situation, and Reggie will probably have to spend more on wards to protect himself.
I can see that for sure. I mean, they can both wave clear really fast, so they can at least both roam out. Wow, that ward actually just slightly in turret range. Mega Zero thankful for that one. It's going to actually burn away that 150 gold. Certainly, I feel like TSM is spending more on pink wards. You alluded to that earlier. And just because of Akali, I think they are. But, you know, we just see him matching right up again. He's got Gunblade, goes in on Dyrus. Look at the damage. I mean, he's actually still typing in. Look at the punishment. He's got 1 dash left. Is it going to be enough to die? Yes, it will be. The kill under the turret solo for Mega Zero, just crushing him.
He said all he wanted was the 1 versus 1 Dyrus. So Odd One came, ruined his fantasy, and he gets vengeance right there. Reggie has no flash now.
He burned the flash to try to get away from Claky D, which means the Demacia yell comes out. Reggie, where is he going to run to? Some good damage into Claky D. Echo puts on a heal. Claky D survives that Jarvan, putting out a scare. Nice pickup.
Yeah, Reggie there showing his mettle, though. He does do a lot of damage, even when running. Almost taking down Claky.
Yeah, Heartbeat actually on a new build this time. Bladed the Ruin King like 5 times in a row. Now,
there we go. He actually switched.
PF Sword.
There we go.
He's got 1,900 gold, so he's got everything but the recipe for Infinity Edge. That's going to be a really good thing for him. Atomic End sitting there with a Sight Stone, but he's got boots, which Exceptional does not. So Atomic End's got a little bit more bling.
Yeah, Heartbeat also switched up his build. You could see there he actually got 2 points into his rapid fire instead of maxing it first like he did last time. So since he's not getting that Blade of the Ruined King, he didn't go with the attack speed steroid to proc that passive more, and so they probably won't try any sort of sneaky Baron.
Yeah, not likely the case so much this time. He actually maxed Explosive Shot too, which gives him a ton of wave pushing. Unfortunately, he's missing a couple of minions, but it's just interesting to see these guys play so differently. I've seen so many different Tristana builds. Some get 2 points and leave it there, and they rely on that 75 damage to last hit 2 minions at once. This one, it's max. It's 150 on the splash.
Odd One has come in undetected this time into the bottom lane, and since we saw Mega Zero go aggressive just a few seconds ago, he may do that again after he clears his pink ward.
That's a pretty good pickup.
They could prey on his aggressive nature.
I mean, he's walking right past a ward. They absolutely know he is there. Odd One does have a pink ward. It's good. Yep, this is going to be an easy pickup onto Mega Zero. He's going to go in for something. There's Dyrus. He finds a little bit of damage. What's Mega going to go for? The pink ward is down. Mega hides in the brush. I'm not sure if the pink ward would see him in the brush or not, but he's just going to run away anyway. He's just making it out. Dyrus has ult, though. Will they ever dive in for this one? They've got Jarvan coming in from the side. There is the equalizer, dropping his health quite low. Claky D coming in from the side. Is it going to be enough? Mega Zero dropped dangerously low. Not going to find a heal from Echo. Reginald is there, finds the stun. Echo down to half health, heals himself. Claky D escapes away, but Dyrus is still here. He still wants blood. The Q coming in from Reginald. It's going to be a 2 for nothing. Picked up by Dyrus. He's going to be nice and rich. 3-1-0.
So Mega Zero was able to waste some time by escaping like that, but he also baited his teammate Claky D into coming to try and save him and die, so they are rewarded with an extra kill for TSM right there. And when Dragon comes up in another minute, they actually could take this opportunity to try and increase their ward vision and get rid of that pink ward that MRN currently have on it.
Well, we're going to see what that ends up being. These guys are going to trade turrets right now. Heartbeat at the top's going to find one, and at the bottom it's Dyrus.
Can fin it. Yeah, he probably
He's
can.
got it. No, he's actually not going to. He's afraid of getting... they got ward coverage. He's going to wait for another...
Mega Zero can still solos him, even after getting killed again.
That's
so it's actually a good call from Dyrus backing off.
Yeah, he's picked up a Giant's belt since then, but it's actually going to be crazy. MRN, they're up a Dragon. They're down a kill, but they're now also up a turret here that TSM are not pushing down to this bottom lane. So Mega, right, we talked about that one-on-one. It's going well for him.
15 seconds here on the Dragon. MRN are heading right to it, and they do still have that vision advantage I was talking about. Nobody was able to counteract that. Xpecial is still top, so is Chaos, so it's going to be a 5-on-3 if they decide to contest it. One red ping, but this would be very dangerous. I don't think they'll get there in time.
No, Rumble, they've pinged it out. They definitely know what's happening. But look at the damage output on that. Holy cow, it is gone. And not just because of Atomic N, but because of the damage. Yeah, see? And Echo is actually still going to wait around by the Tri-Brush. Finds no one. The ward there spots the rest of MRN, though. They know they're coming in from the side. TSM are still pushing. Oh, turret's gone, actually, of course. We saw that go down earlier. 1,500 gold lead. MRN kind of caught out on the side. This could be risky. More wards going down. Reginald, a little bit of poke there. Pops the ult. Yep, a lot of pressure there. Atomic N forced to sustain the team.
None of it sticks, though, because Echo does have that blue buff. He's healing up, as well as Atomic healing up with that Alistar AoE heal. Cooldown gets reduced every time a minion is slain within his vicinity, so they're sustaining pretty well here. I like the adaptation from Heartbeat, though, going with that Infinity Edge because they didn't want to try anything sneaky, and so they don't lose a lot in the team fight like they would if he had gone Blade of the Ruined King again.
Wow, forcing another flash from Reginald. He is so afraid of Claky D here, starting the fights onto him. He knows that if he takes a javelin to the face and Mega Zero initiates, he's in bad shape. Last time I guess we saw Akali a few times overall, and most of those times...
is bottom right now.
Oh my gosh, it's actually a 5-on-4. He'll get the turret for this with no issues whatsoever. Will MRN go for an invade? We saw them play a little bit scared against CLG in 5-on-4s, not wanting to take big risks. KX will easily recall in time unless a miracle happens. 6, 5, 4.
Oh
no.
my god.
He doesn't get the turret, though. I called that one wrong as well.
Yeah, he could. So when you're in a position like that and the whole team is coming down after you, you can just recall within vision. You don't have to walk all the way back to the bush just for those extra few seconds. But that does mean that they wouldn't be able to line up any skill shots and hit you from a long range. Kind of a trade-off there. He had plenty of time, so it didn't really end up mattering. But like you said, wasn't able to get that turret in time.
Wow, so TSM, they are putting in good pressure. They actually stopped MRN from pushing that mid lane. But of course, TSM KX is just all around the map. And I like this play by TSM because basically KX is just farming the entire game. 234 minions, first place in the game, and he's still shoving his top lane up against Echo. Look at the damage output from him. Echo forced to run away, healing through a healing debuff. That's not too fun for him either. And this is going to be a turret for KX. Wonderful play by him.
KX talked about how MF doesn't really need boots and how he had been skipping that or selling his level 1 boots sometimes and getting that Zephyr, but he has boots and that's just going to add on to his movement speed with his passive strut. So level 2, he has plenty of move speed. He could have chased that down even under the turret if he really wanted to blow a summoner, maybe a barrier or a flash off of Echo.
They see KX.
There's no ward vision for TSM in that area though, so it's a little dangerous for KX to be getting this far ahead of himself. Yeah,
and that's exactly why he didn't dive that turret with that lack of vision Xpecial. Yeah. Aggressive warding really for both of the, well, I guess aggressive for TSM. It's actually inside their own side of there for MRN. He's going to look for Dyrus, puts the smoke cloud down, adds armor and MR when he sits in it, but it's not going to dive the turret off of that. However, that turret down to a quarter health, and with Dyrus recalling, Mega, that should just be a free turret for him, I think. As Reginald grabs some wraiths.
We do have the rest of TSM coming down on this middle area for to stop Heartbeat's push, but Mega's left alone in that bottom. No minion wave means he has to back off for a few seconds.
He's got another one replacing it. Dyrus is coming down. He doesn't know where the odd one is either. This is risky if Mega goes for this because he doesn't know where the opposing team is, but no, he will focus himself in for it. This turret, it's gonna be enough damage. I mean, I've called the turret going down wrong like 4 times in a row, to be fair, so I'll let that one actually show me that it happened. 2 to 3 in kills, guys. The last game of the day, we already saw MRN upset Counter Logic Gaming. Well, right now they're up 2,000 gold against Team Solo Mid. I don't think anyone really expected such an upset performance, but they're looking good still.
Yeah, they're actually ahead in gold over TSM, even though they're down in kills. So this very well could be a double upset day for MRN.
And even the upset of Curse losing their undefeated winning streak against a team they already beat. Oh, 2 pink wards going down onto Mega Zero. The turret very low, but Clinky D is here. Will they re-engage? They've got turret vision. They know where TSM is. No, they're not going to go for that 2-on-2.
That is a lot of gold wasted for no kill.
Oh, and then Clinky ran away with the Oracles. He could have killed the other ward.
They don't get the second pink ward. Clinky...
Oh, no, it was in turret range, sorry.
Clinky hasn't... Yeah,
it wasn't Oracles.
Yeah,
I was just in turret range. Okay. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
So they don't get the second ward kill, but still, they wasted 2 pink wards, didn't get that kill, and now the retaliation from MRN bottom lane looks like they want to get this next dragon. It's going to be another minute and 20 seconds, so they're jumping the gun if they actually are headed for that global objective. They might just want to shove in. I mean, they're able to take this kind of slow. Nobody's making a big move. They have a slight gold lead ahead of TSM, but that doesn't mean they can be aggressively tower diving or something like that.
No, but what we're kind of seeing is interesting because it reminds me of from the World Championships, Counterlogic Gaming Europe versus Team WE, where they sat there baiting at Baron for 25 minutes until CLG had killed 102 site wards. And at the time, there's no site stones, so it was 75 gold apiece. And here, TSM has dedicated, I think, like 7 vision wards to Mega Zero. So you look at the gold lead and you're like, yeah, MRN's up 1,700 gold. They're also up 1,700 plus like another 1,000 from vision wards.
It's like the pink ward tax that people talk about when you have an Evelynn against your team and you want to use those pink wards everywhere to keep a track of her ganking. Akali has drawn out a lot of money forcing pink wards, but MRN used a lot of pink wards themselves. Clayky trying to get out those wards so that he could pull off some ganks, which he never really got around to. And there we go. Again, Reggie just busting his ultimate so they can get some early damage.
Oof. Okay, X10.5. And he hit 3 with his actually really, really important because Echo could only heal 1 guy at a time. And here comes the long-range siege at Dragon. What's it going to be? Stun is available. Little more damage onto Dyrus. Are they going to go in on this one? Another Q coming out. Atomic N is low. He's going to pop ult. Who's going to go down first? They look for Reginald. They won't find him, though. Atomic N's still low. Beautiful equalizer. Who's going to go down first? Cleaky D's not looking great. KX going to get found by Mega Zero. He gets stunned, though. Double kill for Dyrus. Mega trying to run away. He's still alive. No, he gets picked up there. It's 3 dead versus 2 dead. MRN comes up with a couple of kills, but they go down -1 in this fight.
So KX actually did get murdered right there, but he was able to flash over the wall, and that cut off Mega Zero from the rest of his team, so they were rewarded with that 3 versus 2. Nobody able to get away with that dragon since TSM stopped doing it, and there will be no smite still coming off.
All right, and of course, the weird thing as well is Reginald's ult is already back up. Marilla plus that blue buff really just allowing him to get anything he wants. He's waiting around actually right outside. He knows where they are. He's looking for another artillery siege. Is not quite going to find it.
It's that ward giving vision of Reggie for a split second there. Yeah. They can't see him recalling, so there'll be no spears from Nidalee, though.
And the funny thing is also MRN, yeah, he puts another ward down. The thing is they have such good ward coverage of the Dragon area. Their own pink ward is still there. They know there's no direct ward coverage themselves, and they're moving for it, Heartbeat and Echo, without really any defense. And they see KX top lane. They've got the numbers advantage.
Dignitas talked about how they were just manipulating creep waves for map objectives. And it feels like this one just kind of fell into MRN's hand. But that was perfect. Yep. That's exactly what you're trying to do. There's huge wave pushing top. So either TSM's going to lose out on that, or they lose Dragon. Good job by MRN picking up that global objective. Yep. And increasing their lead once again, even though they're down in kills. Plenty of gold. 2,000
gold. Really, it's very impressive by MRN. It doesn't look the same as the CLG game where they were just winning in kills the entire way through, and it was like, if you fight us, you lose. You fought us, you lost. You fought us, you lost. Here it's like, MRN are winning because they're controlling the map better, which is so rare for these underdog teams. Normally, when we see upsets, it's because, ooh, a really good fight or a really good gank, and it snowballed a lane, which we saw actually last time where they double killed, and it was a great move by Heartbeat. This time, though, it's not an individual great move. It's Dyrus actually crushing faces. He's been in every kill for TSM, but MRN are just able to find objectives over and over. This blue buff now going to go to Echo. More javelins coming out from him, and we're going to see who's going to poke better, Nidalee or Xerath.
It looks like TSM are tired of giving up objectives because Tarek did get an Oracles of his own, so they can start battling back that vision battle. Chaos with the Banshee's Veil, a very rare second buy for AD carries nowadays.
And he is low on damage output is the thing. I mean, he's able to rely on Dyrus, but yeah, it's just I Edge Zeal, Banshee's Veil, whoa, out of nowhere.
It's kind of to block the random spears that are going to zone him from the rest of the fight, because at that dragon fight, what really started off bad for them was him losing a large percentage of his life to his spear. It's going to be pretty good against that, but there's so many spammable spells also from Marn, it won't add too much past just trying to shield a random spear.
Alrighty, we'll see what that works out well for him. KX still has a few seconds before Barrier is back up, and more than a minute until Flash. Marn could find a fight. They could easily find KX here with no recourse to get out. There's not a dedicated support. Terra can stun one guy, but that's it. Megazero with the ward coverage over blue buff. He's going to start on this one. There's no vision for Team Solo mid. This could be an easy pickup there. Not even going to give it towards Echo. He javelins a minion. It's Heartbeat with blue buff, so more rapid fires for him.
So the key flashes are not up right now for TSM. They're a little bit wary. Reggie and KX both have their flashes down. All the other ultimates are up. But with those two high priority targets being immobile, they have to be wary, because Jarvan's Cataclysm is such a good CC when you don't have a flash or a jump, which neither of those champions do.
And actually no one on TSM can jump out. They have no defensive move blocks, whereas almost everyone from Marn does.
So they can all jump in.
Yeah, they can all get it. You're absolutely right. Everyone on this team, literally everyone, can jump into Cataclysm, and no one from TSM can jump out except for with Flash. So Claky D getting that Jarvan is played into their hands more than I even expected here. It's pretty beautiful.
Party in the crater. Everybody's coming. It's been a very long day, Freak, and I don't know about you, but I am ready for a big brawl. I just hope these guys are gonna get to something very soon.
Hopefully they will smash against each other pretty soon. Let's see. Heartbeat with items. He is ahead as far as damage is concerned against KX, despite being down in at least minion farm.
So look at this vision that's slowly drained away for TSM. Atomic has been putting that Oracle to great use. They've been slowly, methodically clearing out wards over and over and over. Expressal's kind of run dry here. They've got 1, 2 more left on Dyrus. He's going to share the burden himself, and they're just going to keep on putting them over this wall. The Baron dropping so quickly.
Well, Xerath not finding a whole lot of damage there. Are they going to look to outsmite the jungler? They're going to go for it. It is a pickup for the blue team. They're going to start in. They found KX. They found the Odd One. Odd One goes down. KX has been exhausted. Barrier's been used. His flash is available. Will they get enough damage? Megazero looks for it. Can he get it? Yes. And he's still got Zhonya's available. What's going to happen next? It's Dyrus. It's a double kill, though. Mega goes down without using Zhonya's, I don't believe. But it's still, the rest of them are alive. Only Dyrus and Reginald are alive. A 4-on-2.
Dyrus with the silver lining there, able to pick up at least a 1 kill on Megazero, make him pay for the ridiculous amounts of damage that he was able to put out there. And Marn are looking at their second upset in this Super Wednesday, marching on an inhibitor turret.
There they go, man. Minions are going down. 24 seconds on Megazero, 8 seconds on the Odd One. He actually did have flash, but he didn't go for the steal over the wall. He walked around the long way. Now it's the inhibitor. Inhibitor taking a bunch of damage. Xerath poke comes out. Javelin just barely grazing just behind him, but that is the inhibitor going down. 34 minutes in, 7-7 on kills, and a 6,000 gold lead for Marn.
Just as I asked for some action, we have an explosion. Marn grabbing the Baron buff and the inhibitor. That is an all-around win. There's no way you can spin that in TSM's favor. They are definitely on their back foot right now. Dyrus did pick up a Guardian Angel, but with all the kills focused on him, he really has to do a lot of the damage. He needs to get a Leandri's or something else. I mean, there's not a lot of HP stacking for Marn, but they have to have some other answer because they just don't have it right now.
All right, well, Soothsayer or Kobe, can you take us through that last fight and break it down? Because that was a very big one for Marn.
That was indeed a huge game-changing fight right now.
Let's get a replay going if we have it. I heard we did, but then again, they're kind of moving around the map again, so maybe we'll actually...
It's the end of the day. It's time for Trolls, Freak.
Yeah. Well, you took so long describing that last fight. No, I'm just kidding. Dyrus there back in the bottom lane here. Heartbeat in mid, looking really good for himself. 283, 3.5 fully completed items there, just waiting on the rest of Phantom Dancer himself.
I like how Atomic has not been stingy with the wards. Even though they just got a huge advantage, they have Baron buff, they they took out the middle inhibitor so they can basically run over this map. He's still dropping those wards even in the river area and building up their advantage so they don't give it away. This is like a senior move where one of these senior teams would solidify their advantage by slowly getting map control with all these wards. And they take another well-timed dragon. They've got a huge creep wave top, so they can just shove this bottom, and that will slowly eat away at the rest of TSM's base.
Well, eating they are, and it just looks like MRN is hungry here because they want to find more Jenga blocks to take down, take more bites out of that team. Let's see what they can go for. Voracious appetites and all that. Xerath putting out some good poke. Linkity getting really hit hard. Can he get away from this one? Actually misses the EQ, doesn't even cast it. Linkity dangerously low. He will fall down, but the re-engage Odd One so very low on health. Mega Zero in the front as well. GA being forced up on Dyrus. Can they pick up this kill in time? He's going to be running out of that bit. It's a beautiful equalizer. Mega Zero forced to ult special in front. Will they find that? Heartbeat does. Echo's still in the back line. Those two huge damage dealers are there. Chaos gets just destroyed right there. And there's now only 3 members alive. Odd One, triple kill. Heartbeat going forward, flashes in, finds Dyrus. Can he get one more Quadra? Really? You didn't go for the Penta?
You got to reset on your jump, dude. Come on. This late game Tristana, that's what I wanted to see, though. He went with the patented late game Tristana build instead of that the gimmicky Blade of the Ruined King. He's got the holy trinity of items just kind of snuck up us on us there. He's maxed out his rapid fire now, and he's got the combination of the Infinity Edge. So much damage from Reggie, though. Can still get 100% bursted by Xerath.
Even through a needly heal, that was an amazing. So maybe that's why he ran away last time. Because holy crap, that damage. Still, though, kind of a pansy.
Yeah, we're not
Cutie Pie would have gone for that, and you know it.
Cutie Pie definitely would have gone for that. And Reggie's cooldowns were still cooling down at that point, so he actually paid for that with his life there. But I have to say, the Trinity right now, he actually has the quadruple AD carry build here. The penetration with the crit stacked on top of the Infinity Edge and the huge amounts of lifesteal aren't going to save him. So he has a Negatron Cloak on top of that. Doesn't want to have a repeat of that. Just, I don't know what you want to call that, assassination by Reggie. It was really just a straight up one
Crush Rising.
Yeah, there we go.
We're making up words. Crush Rising is the word I'm going to use.
It's the end of the day.
Doesn't matter. I'd use it day 1. Minute 1, second 1, Crusherizing. It's a new word, look it up. I've invented it. Anyway, no. Heartbeat, though, it's interesting because you talked about it in the pregame. There's so much magic penetration available. The 40% from the W, 8% from the Mastery.
You can see it in action right there.
Yeah, and he's got the 30 flat from the Sork Shoes and Haunting guys. Like, I don't think Negatron Cloak actually did anything. Like, by itself, I think it had 0 effect.
He's going to want a Banshee's Veil, too, probably. I mean, Chaos started out with one pretty early. We'll see if Tristana actually follows up. Probably going to turn that one into a nice little bubble of her own. Atomic, again, doing work with that
looking
Oracles.
for Dyrus. They've got the dunks, and look at the damage I put on him. He gets knocked in the air. That was 1 picked up. However, they don't have a Heartbeat, but the ult now down. They're going to go in for KX. Everyone's just stuck in that ball right there. Heartbeat versus KX, 1 versus 1. Knockback, he's going to jump away. Who's going to fall down first? It's an ult from Mega Zero. He's zonas himself. Jump in from Heartbeat. Double kill there for Echo. Onto the Odd One. He's fallen down. Only Special is alive, and Heartbeat this time will jump in for it. He's looking for the damage output. I think he's going to get it no matter what. The stun not strong enough. That is a double kill and an ace. MRN is alone 5 strong inside of TSM's base. This is going to be their second upset victory. The surrender comes in. Congratulations, MRN.
I believe it's time.